Hi there and welcome to a very sunny Farnham Flint. Summer is certainly here and we are recording, I'm pleased to say, the June Fisheries feedback report for our members. There's been some lovely fish caught, as you'd expect this time of year. We're busy, as you'll hear from Dale and Jim later, getting ready for our open day on July the 15th. We'll have our usual features, our Fish of the Year competition, for the monthly award for that, our picture gallery and the usual fishery prospects from our Deputy Fishery Officer, Jim Stansfield. Well, Dale, I hope you don't get interrupted by these geese or whatever they are behind us, but we'll rock on. So, fisheries report for the last month. You've just climbed down off a digger. You seem to be pretty busy with machinery at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, anyone that sort of goes around sort of Flint and Wilmots and what have you would have seen a load of lorries coming in and what looks like an M4 flyover going in. What we're doing is we're going to be putting a sort of parking area up by Callows, in between Callows and Wilmots, primarily for the tuition days that we do, because despite the fact that we've got quite a big car park in Flint, because everyone parks around the edge, once you get 20-25 cars in there, it starts getting busy. So we're going to just try and move some of that sort of traffic up there. And the reason it's piled right up at the moment is we've got to get this stuff when we can, and it's just happened right on the opening day, and I don't want to be going across where everyone will be having their stalls and what have you. So we were piling it up, and then once the open day's out of the way, then we'll start moving it around.
And I see you've done a hell of a tidy up for the open day. I was joking with Jim. It looks more like a National Trust garden now than a fishery.
Yeah, I mean, look, we don't just do it for the open day. We do it, on a fairly regular basis. But yeah, I mean, it's looking quite nice at the moment. Although the rain that we had, was it Tuesday? I think it was, where it rained just about all day. This lot's going to grow like Billy-O now. Everyone sort of. It's a double-edged sword. We don't really want the rain because it makes everything grow really quick, but then we want the rain to keep the rivers up and the lakes up. So, it's when it comes down in a big dump like that, it's a bit of a pain. But
well, it's been interesting, isn't it? Because, we'll come on to the fish that have been caught shortly, but the Kennet has still got a decent flow on it, whereas a lot of rivers in the country are on their bones because we haven't had the rain. And that's got to be because it's a chalk stream, isn't it? And it's pumping out the ground. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, it's all about the aquifers, without getting too much sort of into detail. They're essentially underground lakes. Yeah. And because we had a wet winter, this time last year they were on their bones, the aquifers. Yeah. Everyone was running around with their hands in the air saying, oh, the aquifers are drying out, la 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 la. But we had a really good recharge over the winter time. So that's what's basically keeping the water in the rivers at the moment. And the aquifers, while they're dropping, provided we do get the odd occasional bit of rain, we should be all right. And I mean, the Kennet's fishing really well this year, to be fair.
Yeah, well, we'll see that in a bit. Any other maintenance or fishery issues apart from the open day?
No, to be fair, most of it has been focused around the opening day. We've had a bit of good news with the hatchery, in so much as all the leases and everything else now all tied up. They're all signed, sealed, delivered. So, the moment the opening day sort of finishes, I'll be over and starting on that.
Fantastic. Well, I know you like nothing better than pouring concrete and building things. So.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I don't get pushed over it this time.
Well, we shall see. Keep Eddie out of the way.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that moves us on nicely, and takes us that, Dale, to the open day. I think it's probably fair to say we're pretty excited about this year's, aren't we? With the people we got coming.
Yeah. I mean, I was saying to somebody earlier on actually, and I was reeling off all the people that we got coming, and they were saying you've created a monster here, and I think we have.
Well,
we'll see.
I was in Yakeley Angry Centre this morning for an Angry Trust event, and posters are all over the place. And thanks very much to the volunteers that responded on Facebook to get our posters and flyers around. They seem to be everywhere from Oxford down to Basingstoke, which is good. Obviously, for those that don't know, we have Paul Whitehouse coming, Scott Maslin from EastEnders, Jamie Cook from the Angry Trust, Oz Holness, and Viv Shears is probably Viv is the father of our carp, isn't it? It's where we buy our stock from.
Yeah, for the last 5-6 years, I think we've been buying stuff from Viv. And you know, if there's anything to know about fisheries, Viv's your man.
Well, and those that come to the marquee, and we're ordering extra chairs this year, you'll have the privilege of a talk with Del and Viv about what makes a great fishery, an opportunity to ask any questions you want. And then there's going to be a panel with Paul Whitehouse, Oz, Scott and Jamie, which I'm going to chair. Very simple, why they love fishing. And again, you'll have an opportunity to talk directly to the guests. On top of that, we've got a whole range of demonstrations. We've got casting competitions, we've got lure fishing, we've got fly fishing, we've got even some sessions in the classroom with angling photography, which I hope is going to be popular.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, some of the photos we get are really, really good, but you know, like
some
anything,
aren't.
like anything, there's some poor ones. So you know, if you're struggling a little bit, come along and get a bit of expert advice.
We've even got my old mate Adam Jones coming along, who's got the most amazing fishing boat. I mean, you know, if you've got a spare 50 grand, you might try and buy it off him, but yeah, if you want to see what a good fishing boat looks like with all the gizmos on it, I mean, it's boys' toys. And on top of that, I think you've even hired in a bouncy castle for the kids, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, we got a bouncy castle and some stocks and just general sort of fun things to be doing as well as the fishing, you know. So yeah, it'll be a good day, and fingers crossed the weather will be
well, let's hope
on our side.
Let's hope it's like this. And of course, our fantastic coaching team are going to be there. There'll be a catch a carp opportunity in Wilmots, and on Callow's coaching team will be operating from 11 till 4. Big car boot sale, 20 stalls this year. It's all sold out, so please don't email me anymore. That's all kicking off at 11 o'clock. You've seen the flyers, you've seen the posters. It's going to be a great day. Hope to see lots and lots of people there.
I mean, one thing I would say, just as a reminder, if possible, share cars. One of our big issues is going to be parking. So if you possibly can, share some cars. It's good for the environment, and it will do us a favour as well.
Well, to be honest, Del, we are limited by the amount of car parking space we have. So if people want to make sure they get here, share a car, and please bring cash. We don't have credit card facilities here. We're not that advanced yet. So bring loads of cash, spend it, have a great time. July the 15th. So Del, nice pictures this month. We'll talk about them in a minute, but let's tell us the winner.
Right, yeah. Now, as Martin said, there's some cracking fish in amongst it, and you know, some nice barbel. And it's got to go to a barbel, and it's Brandon Rich. It's a great photo. It's perfect. I mean, the fish is behaving itself, sticking all his fins out, etc. I mean, if you were to take a picture of a barbel, that would be it. And obviously, he's got the smile, and you know, from what I can gather, that's his first ever river barbel. So that's some fish to start your account with.
Well, hopefully we could stop him fishing for barbel in lakes. We don't really want to encourage that, do we?
No, that's just wrong. that's just wrong.
So well done, Brandon. It takes a lot to persuade Dale Shackelford to award you anything. But I couldn't agree more. I know it's your shout, Dale, but I couldn't agree more. Let's just remind Brandon actually what he's got coming.
Yeah, well, Brandon, you need to message us through our Facebook account via Messenger. We've got a coarse fishing pack or a carp fishing pack. I'm pretty sure I know which one you're going to go for. And also we've got some brand spanking new Rdaa District hats as well. So you can get rid of that horrible thing that you got on your head and stick a Rdaa District one on there. Just message us, let us know what you want, and then we'll arrange for you to pick it up at the hut.
Thanks very much, Dale. So I picked a few out for us just to talk through. I've got this one here with Tom Stokes from the Angling Trust Carp Social the other week at Junction 12. I mean, it was tough. The weather was tough, but I mean, you had the creme de la creme of carp angling there, didn't you? Who did you have?
Oh, well, we had Terry Hearn, we had Oz Holness, we had Tom Stokes, and
Nick, was it Nick Hellier?
Nick Hellier, yeah, of course. How could you forget Nick Hellier? Yeah, and I think it was the warmest weekend we've had this year. It was absolutely roasting, and come sort of Saturday morning, we were almost at the point where we were going to jump in and start wrestling them. It was that, because there was fish everywhere, but trying to get them, you know, to eat anything was a nightmare. But everyone caught in the finish. Everyone caught. And you know, these things aren't just about the fish. It's about, you know, learning from the guys and just generally having a good sort of chin wag and a bit of a social. And you know, the guys that fished, they went away, you know, as happy as Larry. And even the so-called stars, you know, they love it. They were all sort of like put our names down for next year, you know, so it's a really good thing. So if you see it coming up next year, it's advertised on our Facebook page and also the Angling Trust. You know, get yourself in it. It's a £5 a ticket, you know. It's nothing, and you could have the weekend of your fishing life. Well,
I mean, Judge Hotel's a pretty special place. Moving on, looking through the pictures, someone that always does wear his Rdaa District hat is our good friend Dave Nunn. Now, he didn't let the heat wave put him off, did he? He's still catching great big tench from Moatlands.
Yeah. I mean, it just shows that, you know, tench fishing isn't just all about spring fishing. You know, you can sort of catch them into the sort of early summer. Yeah. And it's nice to see he's wearing his hat as well.
Well, that's good. The other one I wanted to highlight, and I know it's not a particularly great photo, but these little tench in Wilmots, which we didn't put in there, which are coming through Flint, they are getting bigger, mate, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's perfect for them, really. No one really fishes for them.
Yeah. They get lots of free food.
They get lots of free food, you know, and no, I think that'll be something we'll be keeping an eye on and maybe cropping out in years to come, is, you know, moving some of them around, because they obviously like it in there.
Yeah, we're very lucky that we've got tench breeding in 3 of our waters, and you know, you can't buy them for love of money.
No.
Which is great. 2 more to highlight. One of our members, I think it was Andrew Hill, went off and targeted the bream on the Kennet.
Yeah.
And fair play, he's got a nice brace of bream there.
Yeah, I mean, they're a much maligned species, bream, but I'm telling you now, river bream are a different animal.
And they pull back.
And, you know, there are quite a few bream in the Kennet in certain places, and you can have a really good day's fishing if you're out targeting just the bream. And believe me, they don't fight like they do in the lakes, you know, where they come in like a wet sack. They proper fight.
Well, do you remember years ago, of course, we used to have Woolhampton, didn't we? I mean, sadly we don't, but we've still got the salmon cut down there. And when the river's up, I target the big perch on the junction with the salmon cut. And a number of times my tip's gone round on a lobworm, and I'm thinking, oh, this is a hell of a perch, and it's like a £5 bream, and I'm backwinding on the thing, you know.
Yeah, they're good fun in the river, without a shadow of a doubt.
And lastly, I don't know what this guy uses for bait or what he has for breakfast, but Jason Hyde He's posted, I think, 5 double-figure barbel.
Yeah, he's having a hell of a year. And it just shows, you know, if you're prepared to put a bit of effort in, the Kennet still has its rewards with barbel. You know, you look on the internet and God knows what else, anyone would think there weren't any fish left in the Kennet, but this guy is proving there is. So, you know, more power to him.
Yeah. And well done, Jason. I'm sure he's going to get a real cracker at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. So, thank you very much for all your contributions, and keep them coming in. We will highlight the best ones. Okay, Fish of the Year competition. As you know, there are 12 monthly awards, a £50 Angling Direct voucher, plus a trophy. We get to look at the best fish that are submitted. We've looked at a beautiful carp from Will Goodman from one of our waters, personal best, £42, 8 ounces. We thought about giving it to Will, but he's a bailiff.
Yeah, that's it.
And we
insider trading, I think they call it.
Well, that's right. And we love him. We do love him. But do you know what? We've actually decided, although he can be a bit acerbic on Facebook from time to time,
yeah,
we thought dear old Kipper Canyon has been catching some very, very nice barbel, and this lovely fish that you saw earlier in the gallery, £14.3. We thought that deserved the award.
Yeah, and you know, he's consistent. He's catching fish consistent as well, you know, and that this time of year, that's a really, really good barbel.
Yeah,
really
it's going to be a lot bigger come the winter. So Kipper, get in touch. There's a trophy and there is a £50 Angling Direct voucher for you. Congratulations. We'll do a photo handover as we usually do with these things, and we hope you get an even bigger one. So you're the winner. Fishing prospects now with Jim. So, July, what's it got in store for us, Jim?
Well, one look at the Facebook page is going to tell you barbel straight away. There's been barbel getting caught across all of our stretches at the moment, and they've been catching them in the middle of the day as well. So I've always been of the impression, yeah, you've got to be out there late in the evening, fishing until dusk, but if you go out there and you pick the right spots, you will catch them in the day. So, and chub as well. Our Reading District match last weekend, there was chub showing all across the match, so they're definitely going to be one to go out this month. And
of course, it's we're past June the 16th, and although there's been some nice tension carp coming out of our waters, you can now fish long water, can't you?
Yes.
June the 16th?
Yeah, long water. Yeah, definitely. If you guys have got a spare afternoon, get yourselves over there. Go in and book yourselves in at 100 long water, and you can have some great days over there. Float fishing in the edge, you can catch roach all day long over there. There's good shoals of bream in there, and a few good tench as well.
Any areas you'd recommend? I mean, I always find it a bit confusing when I go there, so I tend to go to the same places. But any areas you'd particularly target, particularly for the tench and the bream?
The tench and the bream, the first sort of bowl as you sort of drive into long water there, that sort of top bowl up there as you first sort of drive in, you've probably got 4 or 5 swims in that bowl there, and it's quite deep area there, and so the fish do sort of sit out there a lot of the time. And again, don't just sort of sit there all day and plop a feeder out and then sit there for another hour and say it's not happened. Keep the feeder going in every 10 minutes or so. Just keep that feeder plopping in, and they'll soon get on it, and you'll have a good day there.
And I was talking to one of the locals down there last season, and he likes to fish corn down the edge for the tench, mainly because there's so many roach in there. If you're fishing maggots or worms, you're going to get pestered with them. But he sits it out on the corn and the bigger baits, and catches it on the float, which is obviously a lovely way to catch tench.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's absolutely tons of small fish in there. So again, if you are going to be targeting the tench or the bream, if you're going to fish maggots, you might get pestered all day long, so you might have to go on to things like corn or little cubes of meat and things like that. But yeah, long water is a great place to be. It's not everyone's cup of tea, it's quite urban, but if you fancy sitting there for a few hours, you'll have a good day's fishing there.
And the Thames, I mean, we talked about barbel on the Kennet, but what's your view of the Thames now? I mean, I was on it the other day, and it was, again, a reasonable bit of flow coming down the river at the moment.
Yeah, especially with these couple of sort of afternoons of rain we're having, it's just topping that Thames up just a little bit, putting a nice bit of colour in it, and the roach are going to be definitely on it. End of July, these roach always start to get on it, so make sure in the next couple of weeks you get your kit sorted, get that trotting rod ready, and get down the Thames and have some good roach. There's plenty of places to go out for them.
I've got my Hempton Tears already in the freezer, so and you know how much I enjoy my roach fishing. Talking of the Thames, and thanks for that, Jim, the Thames Angling Parking Scheme might not be known to everybody, but it's something I negotiated years ago. We used to sell the permits through Thames Valley Angling, which is no longer there, and Angling Direct, of course, is taking a holiday in Reading at the moment. So we're selling them from the hut. Put the picture up here now. Very, very easy. It's got to be the best value parking you can ever get in Reading for a £5, and you only get it if you're a fisherman. You've got to bring your rod licence with you and your car registration number. For a £5, you can park at Rivermead and you can park at Hills Meadow, and that gives you access to all of the council-owned stretches of the Thames, and you haven't got to pay exorbitant pay and display parking charges. So get yourself down to Flint, bring your rod licence and get one of those Thames Valley or Thames Angling parking permits literally for a £5 for all year. It really is a good scheme, and it gives people an opportunity to fish. It's some very, very productive free fishing right in the middle of Reading, and we know some of those big perch came from that area, and some lot of good fish to be caught right the way through from Scowes Lane right the way down to Kings Meadow.
Yeah, 100%.
Jim, thanks very much for that, and I hope you get a few fish yourself.
Yeah, we'll try. I've got a bit of strimming done, so I'll be getting the kit out soon.
Well done, mate. Right then, so that's it for another month. Don't forget the open day, Saturday, July the 15th. It's going to be a corker. Have a great time out there, and tight lines.